Okay, I guess I'm doing a TBR for August. Hey everyone, it's Steph at Steph Read Run, and I am here to do a August TBR. I have always said that I do not do TBRs. I am a major mood reader and I just kind of grab whatever strikes me. And this month, I've just been seeing everyone's August TBRs and everyone's playing really fun games to choose their books. And I've decided, you know what, I'll try and do a TBR this month. Small stack of books here, just because August this month is going to be extremely busy for me. Our company is actually moving at the end of the month, as well as all of our normal production things going on. So it's just a lot to handle right now. So I don't want it to put too much pressure on myself to try and finish a ton of books. I'm gonna first off start telling you the books that I'm actually currently reading right now, and will most likely finish in the month of August. The first book is The Highwayman by Kerrigan Byrne. This is a historical Highlander romance. This was actually on my TBR for the month of July during the reading rush. I started it and I actually really like it, but a lot of stuff happened during the reading rush and I just kind of lost track with it. So I'm going to try and finish it this month. Another book that I'm about almost done with is Death Note. This is my first foray into manga. So this is about Light, who stumbles across the Death Note, which is like a notebook that is used by death gods in Japan, a Shinigami god. And he finds it and he learns that you can actually write someone's name in the Death Note and then they will die like 40 seconds later, and you can like detail out like how that person wants to die. So Light is found this Death Note and has started killing off like really bad criminals, and no one can figure out like why all these criminals are dying. Most of them are just like going into cardiac arrest. Because if you don't detail out how this person is supposed to die, they just have a heart attack. And it's really good. The illustration and everything is really good. It's intense and supernatural, and it's a lot of fun. I think manga is going to be something I read on the regular, so if you guys have any manga recommendations, let me know. These two could not be any more different, but I'm about halfway through this, about halfway through this. I think I just finished, this is volumes 1 and 2. I think I just finished volume 1, so I'm going into volume 2. So these I'm halfway through, probably going to finish these in the month of August. The next book that I want to get to in the month of August is actually for the Three Blondes and a Book club that is hosted by Kaylin, Liv, and Zoe. And they picked One to Watch by Kate Stayman London. This is a romantic comedy contemporary book about a plus-size fashion blogger who is frustrated that she isn't seeing enough body diversity on like reality TV dating shows. And then she, I guess, gets picked to go on, I think the show is called Main Squeeze, which is a Bachelorette-esque type dating show. And I'm really excited to read this. If you guys don't know, I work in reality television. I primarily work with dating shows. So I'm very curious to see how the author kind of goes behind the scenes of a reality TV show, especially a dating show. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you guys haven't checked out the Three Blondes and a Book club, it's really great. They've picked some amazing reads. And yeah, I can't wait to get to this one. Next book on my list that I want to get to in the month of August is actually The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. And if you can't tell, I actually have my old bookmark in here. I got about, let's see, I got 140 pages into this a couple years ago. Put it down, never picked it back up, not for a bad reason. I just, like I said, I'm such a mood reader. If something's just not grabbing me or I'm not grabbing the book, I'll just put it down, revisit it again. And this is like a high fantasy novel that takes place across multiple perspectives. So it's a post-apocalyptic world where the earth is like constantly, like there's always like these earthquakes. And it's created, I think, a magic system that has been dormant for a really long time. And I don't remember a ton about this. I do remember that it was a little weird to get into, like it was a little confusing. But when I had stopped at this point, I was like, okay, I've got the momentum. I kind of know what's going on. And the writing is insane. Like N.K. Jemisin, her brain is just amazing. Like who can come up with stuff like this? She can, and it's going to be awesome. And I really, really want to finish this. I do have the rest of the series on my shelf, so it's gonna happen. And another book that I want to try and get to in the month of August is Final Girls by Riley Sager. I hauled this book and Lock Every Door by him in a book haul during the reading rush, I believe. and he has been on my list for a long time. I have not read Riley Sager yet, and I think I've only really heard good things about his books. So we're gonna start with Final Girls because I kind of like to start with an author's earlier books just to see how their writing grows and evolves over time. So obviously I'll do Lock Every Door after this, and maybe go on and do Home Before Dark after this. So this is about a girl who goes on a vacation with 5 of her friends, and she's the only one that returns from the vacation, and she becomes part of this like media sensation and is known as like the Final Girls. And I am really excited to see how this unfolds. I don't really like to read synopses of thrillers. Like, I'll just read like a log line, so I'm really fresh going into it. So I can't wait. I heard so much great things about Riley Sager's books, and yeah, that's another one on my list. And the last book that I'm going to try and get to for the month of August is Girl Gone Viral by Alicia Ray. I read another book by Alicia Ray a couple months ago, and I didn't love it, and I think it was mostly just because it had a romance trope that I just was not a fan of. I'm really good with like enemies to lovers, friends to lovers. I like to see the relationship be established and then evolve and grow versus like during The Right Swipe, which was the other book I read by her. The 2 characters in that book had already had a relationship before, and then they kind of break up and then find each other again and have to kind of rebuild. Not really my favorite romance trope, but this is about a girl, Katrina, who likes to have the private life, but she does something and it accidentally goes viral on the internet and like catapults her into internet stardom. So she ends up having to hire a bodyguard. And I think the romance evolves from there. So yeah, I don't think I've read a bodyguard romance before. And yeah, I think that this is gonna be a lot of fun, and I think it'll be a really quick read. Love a good romance. Okay guys, there you have it. My weird, very strange pile of books that I will be reading in the month of August. It's gonna be great. I can't wait to keep reading, and I can't wait to keep posting about it on my channel. It's really fun being here, and yeah, happy reading, happy month of August.